My dear students, today we are going to discuss one C++ lab program using the concept of function overloading, and this program is also there for your second year practical examination. So last class we completed concept of a function overloading, right? Today we are going to write one C++ program using the concept of function overloading, and this program is there for your second year lab examination. Question is, write a C++ program to find area of a circle, area of a rectangle, area of a triangle using the concept of function overloading, right? What we have to find? We have to find the first one, area of a circle. Formula, area of a circle equal to pi r square. Second one, area of a triangle, which will be equal to half into base into height. Third one, area of a rectangle, which will be equal to L into B, right? L into B. We have to find these three things, that is, we have to find area of circle, area of triangle, area of rectangle using the concept of function overloading. Last year same problem can be solved simple C++ concept, means we are not used function overloading concept. So right now I am going to write a C++ program using function overloading concept, right? So before going to start program, first we have to know the formula which are going to be used in our program, right? So we have to find here area of the circle, formula pi r square, area of a triangle half into base into height, area of a rectangle L into B. So here to find area of circle we need one variable, that is r. Here to find the area of a triangle we need here base into height, these two variables, and here to find the area of rectangle we need length comma breadth. So take here this r as int type, and this half into base into height, this as these two as float type, and this L and B length into breadth take int, because this thing we have to decide in the initially, because to perform a function overloading we need two things, that is all the functions must have same name as well as function must have different signature. Different signature means what parameters we are considering for each function must be different. See here, for the first function we are taking only one, that is int. For second we are taking two, but float. For third we are taking two. For second also we are taking two variables, two data types. Third also we are taking two, but they are not matching. The declaration of argument order is, for second float is there, for third int is there. Number of arguments are same, but the declared the declared arguments are different, type is different. Second one float is there, third one int is there. So here functions arguments are not identical, hence different signature is there, therefore function overloading is possible, right? So how to write? As include iostream.h and include folio.h. Next, void main, right? So before void main, we have to declare function prototype, right? What? Function prototype. So now what I am going to declare? Function prototype, right? First area of the circle purpose, we need one function, that is int area of int. Second, int area of triangle, right? Area of float comma float. Next, int area of int comma int, right? So see here, function prototype means they tells the name of the function, type of the function, argument list of the function, right? Means which functions we are going to use in our program are declared before the main function. So that represents a function prototype. So here I am using function overloading concept. That's why all the functions name must be area, 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 right? Area. Next thing is write the main function. Void main function. In the main function, declare the variable. To find area of a circle, we need one variable, that is the int type of variable r, right? Next, we need two float variable to find area of a rectangle, that is b comma h, base into height, b comma h. And next we need two more int variable, right? Int variable to find area of rectangle, that is L into B. That is L into B means length, comma, breadth, right? And next CLR, SCR, clear screen function. Clear screen function. Next, first you accept R to find area of circle. Therefore, write Cout statement. Cout statement. Enter the radius. Otherwise, you write enter the radius. See in what? Where it is going to be stored? It is stored in R. Right? It is going to be stored in R. Next, what we need? We need base into height, b into h, to find area of triangle. Therefore, write C out enter the values of b comma h base into height. Store in b h. Right. Next we need C out these two parameters, right? Length and breadth. Enter the values of length comma breadth. Stored in CE length comma breadth. Right? Now input is accepted. Now now print the sentence and call the function, that is C out first one, what? The area of circle is equal to area of, to find area of circle we need R, right? We accepted here R, so pass it area of R. Next, C out the area of triangle is equal to area of, what we need to find area of triangle, we need b comma h, right? B comma h, pass it. Next, C out the area of rectangle is equal to, write down same function name, area. What we pass to find a rectangle, we are going to pass length comma breadth, right? Length comma breadth, right? Next, get close. Now what we return? We we declared a function prototype here, and we used here function call, 3 function calls with the same name, area, because we have to implement the function overloading concept. Now to get the answer, we have to write code for all these 3 functions outside the main. So that indicates called function, or we have to write code for these 3 functions that represents called function. That is take out first one. First one is area of circle is equal to area of R, means we need R to find area of circle, that is pi R square, right? So take this function outside the main function. So R means pi R square, that is this function, right? So int area of int, so what? we are passing R, right? Take care. This is actual argument, this is formal argument, which is there in called function. Formal argument, actual or here in the called function you take same variable name or you can take another variable name. No problem, right? So that's why in the open flower bucket what I am going to write, we have to find here area of a circle, right? Therefore, what I am going to write, so here to find the area of a circle, we are going to use formula pi r square. So here r is coming because we are passing from calling function. This pi value we have to define here. Define pi is equal to 3.14, right? So therefore now I am going one return statement, return of, what is the formula? Area of circle equal to pi r square. So here I am taking pi as pi is equal to 3.14, therefore pi into r into r. Close it. Close it. So what happens when cursor comes here? Area of circle is equal to area of r, means this is calling function. Cursor transferred to a function named area with one parameter. It matches here. So area int r value what we are passing from here, that comes here. So pi already we defined it takes 3.14 into what r value we are passing, that comes here. It calculates and return here. Then the result, area of circle is equal to some value displayed. So like this we have to write another two functions, function code for area of triangle as well as area of rectangle. That is int, second function is int area of float is there, that is area of triangle purpose, area of float b comma float h base into height. So here also with the help of return function I am writing formula area of triangle equal to half into base into height, that is you write half into base into height, or else write 0.5, no problem. Close the function. Now write one more function for area of rectangle, that is for rectangle what is the prototype? Okay, here what? Here for the second one answer will be in the float form, right? So therefore take float, then float. So it is calculation is done. When the cursor comes here, it returns float value to here. That is area of triangle is some float value is printed. Now the next left thing is area of rectangle. Therefore write another function. Just observe function prototype. Int is there. Int area of, so area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. Therefore, both the data type is int comma length comma int breadth. So write return statement, return of length into breadth. See here, what is happening? Just see here. So I am writing one C++ program to find area of a circle, area of a rectangle, area of a triangle using the concept of function overloading. Function overloading means in the program we have to use two or more functions with the same name with a different signature. That is called function overloading. See here. So just I declare three functions with the same name with the different signatures. Afterwards, in the main program, I declared a variable which are needed, right? I need R to find area of a circle. I need B and H to calculate area of a triangle. I need a length and breadth to find area of a rectangle. Therefore, I declared these 5 variables. Next, accept R to find area of a circle. Accept B and H to find area of a rectangle, triangle, and accept length comma breadth to find area of a rectangle. Afterwards, just call the functions. Area of circle is equal to area of R, area of triangle is equal to area of B comma H, area of rectangle is equal to area of L comma B. Now, these three are what? Calling functions. Now, whenever cursor comes respective calling function, cursor transfer to the related called function. So, close the main function and define called functions. That is, write code for called functions. Then, how it works means, when execution starts from main program, and first sentence, enter the radius, R is accepted, enter the value of B comma H, R will be stored in B and H, enter the value of length comma breadth, stored in L, length and breadth. Next, area of circle is equal to area of R, means what we are passing R value, that is coming here, and cursor transfer to called function. Outside the main function, 3 functions are there with the same name. Where it goes means a area named function which has only one argument, their cursor transfer. Means this is one function, area, name of the function is area with one argument. This is second function, area with the 2 argument of float type. This is the third one, area function with the 2 arguments with the int type. So where it matches, function called area with one argument means of int type, R is int, so it matches here. So this particular function is executed. In the same way, second one, area of triangle is equal to area of B comma H. This B and H are float type, means area of float. Where is area of float? Here int no, here int no, area of float. So it works for, it matches here and it calculates area of triangle, half into base into. Similarly, when the cursor comes here, area of rectangle, area of length comma breadth of int. So it matches, it prints area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. This int value is returning here, it prints here. So like this, it is possible to find area of a circle, area of a triangle, area of a rectangle using the concept called function overloading in C++. you just go through this program. This is very, very important because this is your one of the second year lab program. Okay. Now next we are going to discuss the next topic, that is function overloading concept is over. We are able to define function overloading. We are able to implement the function overloading concept in a C++ program. And the next topic is restrictions of function overloading. And afterwards, we are going to see or discuss one more small topic, that is inline function right now. Restrictions of function overloading means the following points matches means function overloading is not possible. That is restrictions of function overloading. Means to implement function overloading concept, we have to concentrate on these points. If these points matches, then function overloading is not possible. That's why these are the restrictions of function overloading. Let us see what are those. He says that the function arguments must be different, otherwise the compiler will not be able to recognize the function to be executed. What is the first point, or else what is the first restriction for function overloading? He says that the function argument must be different, otherwise compiler will not be able to recognize the function to be executed. For example, this is the first restriction. Suppose int add of int comma int. Second function is int add of int comma int. In this situation, different signature is not there. See here, name of the function must be same, add, okay. But first function contains two arguments of int type, second function contains two arguments of int type. So this is what? Function signature. To perform a function overloading, we need different function signature. But here function signature is there. Therefore, in this case, function overloading is not possible. Right? This is what? Function restriction. Restrictions of function overloading. And the second one means to allow function overloading, we have to change here. Instead of int, we have to take float or a char like this. Then function overloading allow, because first function is 2 int, second function 1 int and 1 char, or 1 int 1 float. means arguments are not identical, therefore different signature function overloading is allowed. Suppose here also we are taking int comma int means both arguments are identical. Hence this is function signature. This is the restriction for function overloading, because to perform function overloading we need a different signature, but here different signature is not there. Both are identical means it is a function signature. So whenever function signature is there, function overloading is not allowed. This is the first restriction. And let us see second one. Second one, he says that, what is the second one? The pointer arguments and an array type arguments are identical, hence function overloading is not allowed. Means when we are declaring a function prototype with the same name, at that time we have to observe this point. He says that pointer arguments and an array type arguments are identical. That's why function overloading is not allowed. For example, second one. What is the second one? Void function with which argument? Pointer argument. Pointer argument means suppose char star a. Second one, void function with array type argument. What? Array type argument means char a of something. So here two functions are there with the same name. To allow function overloading we need a different signature. So here one char pointer variable is there, one char array variable is there. We are going to think that function different argument list is there, function overloading allowed, but function overloading is not possible because compiler is going to consider this pointer variable as well as this array type are identical. Compiler is going to consider these two as same. When arguments are same means it becomes function signature. Therefore, in this special case also function overloading is not possible. Right? To allow function overloading, what we need? We need different signature. Right? So here pointer variable is there, array declaration is there. We are going to think that they are different. Function overloading is possible, but it is not possible because compiler is going to consider this pointer variable as well as this array variable as the same, identical. When these two are identical means it becomes function signature. That's why function overloading is not possible. Right? So these two are the restrictions of function overloading. Right? So when these 2 points are present means function overloading is not possible. So these two represents function overloading. Next, advantages of function overloading. Next topic is what? Advantages of function overloading. Now we discussed the concept called function overloading. We know how to implement function overloading in program. Now let us see what are the advantages of this function overloading concept. Right? So what he says means eliminating the use of different function names for the same operation. This is the main advantages. Function overloading is going on means we are using number of functions with the same name for the different operations. means we are eliminating different function names for the same operation. That's why this is the first advantages, that is eliminating the use of different function names for the same operation. This is the first advantages. And the second, it helps to understand, debug and grasp easily. Right? This function overloading concept helps to understand, debug means process of finding errors, right? Debug and grasp easily. This function overloading concept is very easy. And next, easy to maintain the code. Using this function overloading concept, it is easy to maintain the code. And next point, fourth point, better understanding of the relation between program and outside world. He says that fourth advantages, better understanding of the relation between the program and outside world. So these 4 points represent what? Advantages of function overloading. And next topic, that is inline function. This is very important. Inline function. We have to take small I only. Inline function. Inline function. So what is an inline function? It is a special type of a function. Whenever the function calls, usually what happens when we are using function concept means whenever calling function comes, cursor transfer to called function, and it goes there, executes, and if data type is void means it is not going to return anything, otherwise it returns value, calculated value to calling function with the help of return statement. But what is this inline function means? It is a special function. Whenever inline function is there means cursor is not transferring to called function. Whenever the calling function comes, if it is inline function means cursor is not transferred to calling function. Instead of called function is transferred to where it is declared, where it is called. So that is inline function. Means if we are using an inline function in our program means when the calling function comes, generally cursor transfer to called function. But inline function is there means when the cursor comes to inline function, cursor is not transferring to called function to execute it. Instead of the whole called function is transferred where function is called. That is called inline function. The called function coming where it is called and there it executes. This is called inline function. Now let us see the syntax, general syntax for inline function. That is general form of inline function. General form of inline function. See, inline, this word must be small letter only. This is the keyword. So inline, return type of specifier. Specifier, name of the function, function, with the arguments. Next, body of the function with the return statement. With the return statement. So this is what general syntax or general form of inline function. I said already, what is mean by inline function? A inline function is a special type of function whose body is inserted at the place where it is called instead of transferring the control to the called function. To understand this concept, let us see one program on this. Now I am going to write on a C++ program to find the cube of a number using inline function. Right? Cube of a number means, suppose number is 2, then cube of 2 is 2 into 2 into 2, 8. If 3 is means 3 into 3 into 3, 27. Like that. Now I am going to write a C++ program using the concept of cube of a number, using the concept of inline function. Right? Inline function. To do this, what we have to do? First type header files. String.h. Okay. Next thing is inline function is declared before the main function. Inline function is declared before main function. That is, I am going to write code now. That is inline function definition. So what is the syntax? First we have to use the word called inline. Inline space return type specifier. So return type specifier I am taking here int. Name of the function. We have to find cube of a number, right? So cube of, I am taking here cube of argument list, that is int a, right? So I have to find cube of a, therefore return of a into a into a. So this is what definition of inline function. Definition of inline function means we have to write inline keyword. Now write the main program. Void main. Okay, so take one variable int n. Here string function cout, enter a number stored in n. Next, cout cube of n is equal to, call this function. cube of n. Get close. See here what is happens. Just I am going to use explain this program code. See here, program execution start from main function. I am declaring one variable because to find the cube of that value. Therefore, enter a number. What? Enter a number. So I am entering here 3. Then that 3 is going to be stored in n, and a cube of what is printing? I mean cube of n means 3 is equal to cube of n means cube of 3 is possible. This is called calling function. So this is calling function means when cursor comes here it transfers to called function. Where is called function? Here is the called function. Right? So it goes here. This is the actual parameter. This is the former parameter. Name must be same or different. So I am taken here a. So this a 3 is assigned for this a, and it comes here. Return now a into a is a into a. 27 is returning here. This is what in general concept of function. This is inline function. So this is keyword is there, inline. See here. So this is calling function. It generally transfers to called function. But here inline keyword is there, reserved word. Therefore, what is the inline function is there means what happens when the cursor comes towards calling function. Cursor is not transferred to called function. The whole called function, this called function is coming where it is called. Means this code comes here and it executes here and it returns back. So that is inline function. That is the capacity of inline function. If inline is not there means whenever cursor comes towards calling function, cursor transfer to called function, it executes and returns the value. But whenever the cursor comes here, if the function is inline means the whole body is coming here where it is called and it executes here only. So the answer is now cube of 3. So this is inline function. The total body is coming here and it executes and prints the result. That is cube of 3 means 27 is printed. Cube of 3 is 27. So this is the answer, right? So this is the capacity of inline function. When the inline function is there means cursor is not transferring towards called function. Instead of called function is coming where it is calling. This is the function or this is the property of inline function. In this way inline function works. What we discussed today, we written on a lab program on the concept of a function overloading. Next we discussed restrictions for function overloading, advantages of function overloading, and afterwards we discussed a new topic, that is inline function. Okay. In the next class we are going to discuss one more important function called friend function. Right? Thank you, students. In the next class we are going to discuss about friend function. Thank you.